So the Israelites are facing judgment because of their mixed bloodlines with the dragon. It gave them negative frequencies, meaning it lowered their max potential of a frequency. So the lower their max is basically means the more likely they're able to be controlled by the underworld gods. So the lower half of the frequencies of the Israelites, which is the left wing, will become transhuman and forever a slave to the matrix system. This is the share the underworld will take during the reset, in which these particular people call the rapture. But it comes from this Latin word, rapier, and it means to seize, snatch, carry off, or abduct. And if I'm not mistaken, in the Bible, I could have sworn there was a verse saying it's gonna come through like a thief in the night. But you know, the American version is the exact opposite of what it actually means, because they change your perception on everything. And that's what the left wing wants. Your soul, because they cannot touch your spirit. And if you have a connection to your spirit, which is the right wing, the higher half of the Israelites, they have an understanding between good and evil, right versus wrong. And this is the group of people Trump will have control over. But both groups are tagged because, like I said, they are technically ruled by the underworld gods. They have a dragon bloodline, but it depends on their dominant creator. Hence why they're making digital IDs for the citizens. As I explained to y'all several times, that it actually means a slave versus the indigenous, all in order to keep track of them. But this group that's under Trump, just look at it as him babysitting. He creates a reality of peace, and for the ones with a certain bloodline, they'll have the ability to actually become God and cross into heaven or remain on the surface of earth instead of the underworld. Everything will be monitored, obviously, as we can see what this world is turning into today for this very reason. So if you're caught committing negative acts, Trump will hand your soul over to the underworld, because obviously you snuck past judgment somehow, just like Satan is planning on doing as well. And obviously that's a liability to everyone on the surface of earth and beyond. I said all that to say this: we are going through judgment, and it's obvious. For the chosen ones, at least. So as I said, the indigenous people will bypass this judgment unless they have committed some kind of heinous act that's almost equivalent to crimes against humanity, its own kind. While the Israelites' judgment is clearly the left and the right wing, and it's going to show which side of their brain is more dominant, because they have a man's human brain versus a reptile's brain, which will show who can't be redeemed and who can. And Trump will lead the way for the redeemed people, raising them to higher frequencies, allowing them to possibly access higher realms, because you'll now have free will and full knowledge of everything. And real freedom, most people ain't even ready for. There's a reason why they're close to their final steps and releasing extraterrestrial files to raise your frequency, to know that there is more beings that's sentient just like us. And we've literally been put in a box by a few of those sentient beings that we actually have a standing over, according to universal law. If you don't know things exist beyond this, you wouldn't know how trapped we really are, especially your mind. If your mind can't picture anything past this, how can it ever exist in your world when you're creating it? I mean, just think about why the president will post something like this on his page. I already showed y'all they mentioned this in the files, just the first round of them. Shit crazy. The reality we've been living in is just a small portion of what's actually what it is. It blows my mind as well, but like I always tell y'all, like, there's abilities I have that other people don't have, but I believe that everybody should have it naturally. If I can see the future and hear people's thoughts, I believe that's a natural thing and most people should know, but we're blocked off by so many different things, such as the medicines, the foods, the radio waves through all these. Nah, I ain't gonna say it, bro. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna go down the rabbit hole, because y'all already know, especially you chosen, you last this long, y'all know what it is. But anyways, like, share, and comment. Y'all know, do what it do, goddamn. I hope y'all picked up what I put down. And y'all know how I keep it. Y'all be gods. Peace.